Hi everybody. Alright, this is the second of 3 videos where we are finishing off installing the Canbus. So far with the G3X system we got the center rack in place, we've got the supporting boxes behind the displays there on their own little shelves, and we've got most of the interconnectivity between all the boxes done. Last step is to put in the Canbus. The Canbus is the one that connects all of them. Right, the Canbus is going across 15 different devices. So it's already installed through the center rack. We are now exposing it and filling out the side. So on this left side, we're going to have a display. We're going to have the electric controller, the GAD27. We're going to have our backup comm, where the glove box is, and we're also having that little box underneath, which is the GAD29B that translates our WAS data ARINC into Canbus. And for that little privilege, you have to pay $400. Well, I'm not bitter. It's worth it. So that's what you're going to see for the rest of the video. Literally, that's it. It's just me fiddling with wires. But it's part of the build, so here it is. All right, so let's go over some rants while we're here. Let's see. To global warming. Global warming can f*** off. It's November, and I still have ants in my house here in San Francisco. Now, let me start off by saying I was raised in the South. Fire ants everywhere, so, these little picnic ants got nothing. But they're just everywhere. I live in a house that was built in, I think, 1897. So a 123-year-old house. I'm pretty sure if I took the sheetrock off and put plexiglass up, it would look like an ant farm. They are everywhere. And it's kind of like getting the last leak out of an engine. You're like, oh, there's an oil leak in the engine. So you find where it is and you fix it. And what happens 2 days later? It starts coming out somewhere else. I've sprayed poison throughout this entire house. The fact that myself, my wife, or our cat is alive is a miracle. But those little bastards just keep coming. Why? Because it's not cold enough yet. Normally it would be colder at least a few weeks earlier than this. So this, just one of the effects of things getting warm. Let's see. Oh, while I'm at it, to California and to California voters. Now, I never get political, but this is a land of enlightenment and progressiveness and woke-titude. Yeah. Until, of course, it comes to letting employees, everything's, it's all peace, love, and dope until you run into the prospect of having to pay more for your Uber Eats delivery because Uber's going to have full-time employees. So yeah, let's just vote those guys out. It's amazing. I mean, I'm not amazed. They're people. People suck. Oh, let's see. I got anything else? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. To COVID testing. Oh man. So I was flying in a plane with a gentleman that was exposed. He didn't find out he was exposed until 2 days later. Neither of us wore a mask because we're good friends, and I don't know, complacency happens. I was in a plane with him for an hour. So he tells me 2 days later, oh, I got exposed. I'm going to get tested. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go into temporary lockdown. So I get a test, which on what would be day 6 after I was exposed from him. So he got tested the next day, find out he was positive, which was about 6 days for him. I got the first test, negative, and it wasn't that bad of a test. I took a second test today. And the lady that was doing it, she was blind. Her hands shook. She obviously was on way too much caffeine. I'm just kidding. She wasn't any of those things. But she tried to rip my brain out through my nose, kind of like how they do mummification. The old way, they just put a hook up your nose when you're dead and rip your brain out. That's what I went through today. I'm sitting there yelling, ow, ow, ow. She's like, if you relax, it won't hurt. I'm like, look, bitch, I am relaxed, and it hurts. Never going there again. Ugh, I can still feel it. It's hurt like hell. But again, I'm negative. Everything is good. I'm convinced I've already had it. All right, I'm sitting in a tiny plane next to this gentleman for an hour, and then we had lunch. Yeah, I must have already had it. There's no way I wouldn't have caught it in that close proximity. My mom must have brought me to 10 chickenpox parties as a kid. I never had one. That was me. All right, anyway, that's the rants. It's just Canbus stuff. In the next video, more Canbus will be done. Hopefully, we'll do something more interesting in the next video. So Thanks for joining me. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you soon.